What's up, everyone? It's Joe from ArcherVSRogue.
Tony.
And it's the end of the year. It's almost Christmas time, man. You don't have any Christmas gear on, but that's okay.
Yeah, fuck Christmas.
I'm
Jewish.
But it's been a big year for video games. A lot of shit came out. Some good, some bad. And really, 2019 really leaves us wanting 2020 video games more, though.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's going to be a bigger year for video games, personally.
Final Fantasy. March is the most stacked fucking year I've ever seen for month I've ever seen for video games.
March is pretty damn stacked, so mark your calendars for March. But, I mean, it's the end of the year, so we're going to look back at our top 5 for favorite game.
Favorite games, biggest letdowns, and most hyped.
The most hyped, yeah.
Gonna commemorate the year.
I think we're going to have some of the same answers, especially for most hype.
Definitely not best games or favorite games.
Yeah,
favorite
we
games.
honestly
This is
have
all subjective.
We have a lot in common in games, but I think we also have a lot what we like different in games too.
Yeah, you can tell that from our number ones.
Yeah, you'll see a pretty big difference in that. But
it was a pretty good year for games, though, right?
It wasn't a bad year for games.
I mean, I don't think it was amazing. It doesn't seem as good as 2020.
The problem with the 2019 year is, okay, all these companies knew like new systems were going to be coming out in 2020, right? Like that's going to be the target year.
But none of these games we're hyped for in 2020 are going to be available. It's going to be cross-generational, probably. You might be able to pop Final Fantasy VII Remake or Cyberpunk. I mean, eventually those games will come to PS5 and Xbox Scarlet.
Oh, that's when they'll decide they want to double up on that Final Fantasy money. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Now,
here's another steelbook for you. Here's another fucking steelbook.
Yeah, get the special avatar, which I'll buy because I'm a fucking sucker for it. So,
yeah.
Yeah, man. 2019.
Woo!
It's almost over. You got any plans for Christmas? You got any games you want for Christmas, man?
No, I've been playing Star Ocean First Departure R.
Yeah, I see you online playing that a lot.
What have you been playing?
Well, just beat Death Stranding.
Ew.
I cried.
Ew.
Spoiler alert.
Princess Peach, more like Princess Beach.
Yeah, that was a weird part. That was a weird part of the game. But it makes. I mean, there's a whole beach theme to the game, though, so I get why.
I guess.
I think it was really reaching at that, though. But it was all like video game talk through that whole fight, though, and shit. So, nah.
What's your fit? See you like Suikoden.
Yeah. Oh man, he's a fucking genius, though. That's all I got.
See you like Azure Dreams. There's a bunch of fucking games that were on there.
Yeah. But
yeah, let's do this.
Let's do it. Top 5. Let's go.
Woo! 2019.
So here's my top 5 favorite games of 2019. There's actually one from each system, so that's good.
But you own a Switch? You own Xbox One?
I don't know, man.
Why?
Because there's a purple edition.
You own that?
So there's that.
But do you have a PC, man? Just play some games.
I don't ever play it because there's probably a lot of top games that would be on PC if I actually played it, but I don't.
Yeah, Disco Elysium. Okay, go ahead.
Number 5 for me, Link's Awakening.
Link's
Awakening takes you back to the Game Boy days. It's easy, you know. That's the biggest downside to it, but it's fun to play. You know, they add games into it and they bring like Mario stuff into the game. It's kind of cool. It's fun to play.
Did it touch your childhood?
It reached out and touched my childhood. But even though they are kind of easy, it still has a pretty decent amount of gameplay in it.
It has beautiful graphics, man.
The graphics are really good. I mean, it's a good game. If you own a Switch, I mean, I definitely say pick it up. Like I said, it's easy. A little, it's not super long, but it's not super short.
I heard people bitching about it, like, "Oh, I don't understand. I never played Link's Awakening before. I don't know what's going on." Well, this
there's always Google and shit, but I mean,
we don't use Google, man. What the fuck?
You don't need Google for it.
I'm gonna go to GameFAQs for a game you play.
But I'm saying, if you're that confused, you can always go to Google, man.
Yeah, Google your friend.
But number 4, Resident Evil 2.
Resident
Evil 2. It's just a really good game to remaster, man. And you know, pulling a dude out from a fucking closing door, his guts are coming all out. You know, that shit's awesome. I haven't beat it yet. I've got to admit, I'm not done with it. That's what I'm going through right now. because I waited till Black
You're gonna
Friday
beat it tonight,
to buy
man.
it. I waited till Black Friday to buy it so I could get it for $15. But
thanks. You didn't contribute to Resident Evil 3.
Well, kind of $15. It's not.
Yeah,
but it's a good game. Going through the police station was fun. I mean, it's a survival horror game, kind of. Not really survival, but...
You never played Resident Evil 2 as a kid, right?
No, this is my first go-through with 2 completely. I mean, I remember the story of, like, Leon and stuff.
Your first Resident Evil was 4, right?
Yeah, I started at 4 on the GameCube. Which 4 is the best one.
4 is not the best one. 2 is the best one.
2's been good. I mean, it's hard to really argue. But, I mean, I kind of liked...
not remake 2.
I liked... 7 was pretty good.
Yeah, 7 was really underrated. Fuck 6.
6 was the one with the giraffe, like, sucking a dick or something, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I remember there being something involved in that. But no, Resident Evil 2's been good, man. The graphics are good. I play with the headset on, the lights off, so I get the full effect. I've only had one, I wouldn't say a jump scare, but I was already fighting somebody, and a zombie came out of nowhere that wasn't there when I walked through and just grabbed me by the fucking back at one point.
Have you fucked around with the liquors yet? Yeah, you have to, right? You said you're after Birkin 1, so yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. I don't think I'm at halfway point yet, but I don't think I'm too far. Resident Evil games aren't typically too long. Like, this one's not long, is it?
Yeah, it's like 5-6 hours if you take your time.
Yeah.
Don't get lost in the sewers.
Yeah, but it's good. And like I said, from what I played this year, I mean, I feel confident enough to put it at my number 4 spot, even over Link's Awakening. But that gets me to number 3, an Xbox One game, only Xbox One game, and one that I've seen on other people's lists. I've watched some lists on YouTube, and surprisingly, some people have had it on their 10. It was more like their top 10, but
I've heard some good things about this game's storyline.
But it's Gears 5. I think a big part of that is because the last few Gears games haven't been really anything fun.
That was 4 in Judgment?
Yeah. I mean, 4 I played and it was okay. Judgment was pretty shitty. But this one was definitely better than those two. And it has like an open world feel. You're kind of just in a fucking sand desert the whole time.
Is it open world or is it open world filled?
It's kind of it's kind of open world, but it's limited.
Okay.
It's not like massive, but it's a decent size, and you get like a sand dune buggy thing to ride around in, which is pretty cool. And it's like kind of like side quests you can do and shit like that. Not like major side quests, but like you can go do this extra mission over here.
You go fuck up these hordes.
Yeah,
or some shit, right?
But it's fun. I mean, it has a good Gears feel to it.
Do you get a chainsaw?
Yeah, it has the gun, the chainsaw, and all the good shit. And it really focuses on the chick in this one, so you play as her a lot, and you get to play as like one of the guys in the horde because she kind of like trances into him and shit.
Ooh, there's a mind link. I gotta play Gears of War 5.
But it's not bad.
Well, it's just Gears 5. It's not Gears of War. It's Gears 5. Just
Gears 5. And it has, still features Marcus in it, and his son's kind of a dick in this one. But you get a major choice in this one.
Well, what's the choice?
That's going to affect the next Gears.
No,
right? Like the choice you make, the choice you make in this one is apparently going to affect Gear 6.
It ain't gonna.
The choice is you got to pick somebody to die. I won't say who. I won't give a spoiler.
No. Spoiler alert.
No, I won't spoil it.
Spoiler alert,
but
damn
I will
it.
spoil that this is going to happen. You get a choice for so-and-so to die in this game.
Oh, fuck, man. That's tense. I wonder who it is.
Yeah, you got to play the game to find out.
I'm not going to buy an Xbox One. I guess I'll watch PewDiePie play through it.
You can get Xbox Ones for like $100 now, man. Like, you can invest in an Xbox One at this point.
I got an Xbox 360.
Because you could go back and play a shit ton of 360 games on Xbox.
I don't need an Xbox One. Move on to the next game, man. Because
number 2 and 1 was a tough choice for me because honestly, I loved both of these games. But I loved one a little bit more. We'll talk about that one in a minute. Number 2, Fire Emblem, Three Houses, man. It's a really good game.
And that blows my mind because you've
only Fire Emblem game I've ever played.
You've never really cared for Fire Emblem.
Only Fire Emblem game I've really sit down and played, man.
Yeah, you've never had any interest in playing a Fire Emblem game.
No, but this one is fucking fun. And I think I'm going to go back and play some on the DS now when I finally get done with what I want to get done with on this one.
Go ahead and play all the easy ones, man.
Nah, this one's good, man. girl I work with, she's a big Fire Emblem fan, and she has them all on DS. So I think I might borrow one of hers.
Borrow Awakening.
Yeah, she's got. Well, that's the one I'll probably borrow, and then maybe Echoes. Might be
no, don't borrow those games. Those games suck.
Okay.
Borrow
Awakening would obviously be the first one I would play. Some of those Fire Emblem games are kind of expensive. Some of those other ones, man. Three Houses is really fucking good. If you ever get a Switch, I highly recommend it.
What do you do in Three Houses, Joe?
Well, you choose a house.
And
then you support that house. You know, you're like a teacher.
And then at the end of the game, your queen
your students
destroys the fucking city, and you have to put her down.
You have to put her down.
That's the story of Fire Emblem.
Well, the thing is, you choose whatever house you choose really affects the story, though, man. Like.
And you have waifus in it, right?
Oh, you got plenty of waifus in this game, dude. There's no... I mean, yeah, you got plenty of waifus. And you recruit other students from other houses, which is cool, because that's where I got my waifu. I took her from another house.
Oh, you kidnapped somebody.
Team Dorothea.
You kidnapped somebody.
No,
okay,
man.
that's cool.
But, and one of the twists to the story... I'll spoil Fire Emblem. I don't care.
No, don't spoil Fire. If you want to spoil fucking Gears, don't spoil Fire Emblem. The combat looked cool.
Combat's pretty fun.
It looks the same yet different. I haven't been keeping too much attention.
And some of the characters just fucking kick ass, dude. Like there's two people on my team that can take everybody out. Like, I don't even have to do shit. So I guess it is kind of easy. It's not too hard. I don't play on permadeath.
You should play on permadeath, and you'd be like, this is so fucking easy.
My first Fire Emblem experience, I'm not going to play permadeath, man.
This is so fucking easy. I think I will steamroll this.
But you get too attached to the characters, man, because, you get your waifus, and then you're recruiting them and shit.
That's
so
what
you actually put support into the characters, so you kind of get attached to them. I don't know, permadeath would suck, man.
Permadeath would be awesome, because you don't want to lose those awesome
But
characters.
you have the ability to go, like, a few turns back and stuff. So, I mean, you could correct those mistakes, I guess. And... especially at the level where I'm at now, playing the game, like, none of my people ever fucking die. And if they do, it's because I just really made bad decisions and sent one person out by themselves too far out. But it's fun, man. And it's actually a game that I'm going to go back and play through as a different house because I want to do the other house story because it sounds badass.
What's your house again?
I'm Deer, which is like the archer guy. The yellow house. Claude's like my second main guy.
Isn't that Baratheon?
Sure. But it's fun, man. If you ever get a Switch, I recommend Fire Emblem.
Well,
it's
once Shin Megami Tensei 5 comes out, I'll be a Switch owner.
Hey, man.
Hurry up, Atlas.
Fire Emblem's good, but it's not better than my number one.
Oh, what's your number one, man?
Probably what's going to take a lot of Game Awards this year just because of who he is.
I fucking hope not.
Kojima, Death Stranding. You knew it. If I haven't already said it in my 5, then you knew it was coming for number
I'm going to fucking
one.
fall asleep just like I did watching you play that game.
A game that I could not quit playing. Like, it's been a while since there was a game like, shit, I want to spend my time playing this game rather than sit in my living room and jerking off.
I'd rather do that than play Death Stranding. It's more interesting.
Kojima delivered, man. He's a storyteller. If you don't like a game that takes 10 hours to kick in and really don't have any sense of direction for the first 15 hours, then it's not for you. But if you do love a story that develops over time, with some dark shit, he has some dark shit. At first, he could have really took this game dark, like at the end, man. And I was like, damn, he's going to. And he didn't. That's why I cried. It's a good game. It's a good game. It's got beautiful graphics. It's got a sweet-ass soundtrack to it, man. I actually, get on my fucking Amazon Music player and listen to the soundtrack, man. And I think I got a free download.
Well, we all know that it's my number one.
It's my number one.
Because you get to see Norman Reedus take a shower. And you have a hard-on for Norman Reedus. Norman Reedus, tweet Joe at Cloud Joe, is that what it is?
No.
And be like, hey, stop replaying that scene of me taking a shower, you sick fuck.
That was my hardest part about it, because I'm not...
I bet it was the hardest part about it.
Daryl was my least favorite character in The Walking Dead. Norman Reedus doesn't do anything for me. I mean, I'm not a chick, so I guess there's that I don't like him. It's not that I hate him. It's just not... I'm not... Everybody got, way overboard in Norman Reedus for some reason. I just don't see
it. You just always hated Daryl.
I don't see the reason why. And I think just Daryl's character really is more or less why. But he fucking killed it in this game, though, man. I got to give it to him. You can really tell Kojima goes for a certain look in his heroes. Like, if you put him and Snake kind of together, you see some similarities, to their game the character in the game.
See, my issue with Death Stranding is that Kojima can go on a tangent at times, and the writing is never amazing,
Oh, the writing's good, but the writing gets
I'm going to be making fun of that Princess Beach scene for the rest of my fucking life, man.
But I mean, for a game that everybody says, "Oh, you're just delivering mail," you're doing a lot more delivering mail, and there's pretty good boss fights.
You're delivering mail, and then you're delivering boxes.
Yeah, but
you get a motorbike and a what do you get, a Humvee or something too?
Man, you get up in the snow mountains and you just make like zip lines and you just
man,
like I made it like the mountains is huge and it's a big part of the game, and at first you're like, oh, now this is gonna be shitty because you can't really just get on a bike and climb up these down mountains and shit. You can, but it takes a while, and the controls are a little loose, and sometimes that'll fuck up, and then you drop all your boxes and they get damaged. If you play this game on hard, it's actually kind of hard, especially towards the end. Like, there's certain missions you got to do in time because your package will get destroyed. And if you fuck up and don't do a right save spot or don't have the right something that can repair the containers, it's kind of hard. It took me a few tries to get through it because I put myself in a shitty save spot, and I finally got to the final boss. And the final boss is not easy. It's time consuming more than anything, and it can be a headache because you keep running out of ammo, and if you don't get the right shit, I don't know. It's pretty good. It's pretty well done. Of course, kind of like the final end of the game is more cutscenes than anything. But, I mean, that's how Gears 5 or 4 was. Yeah, that's how Gears 4 was. I remember, like, passing out at the end of Gears 4 when I beat it because the cutscenes take so fucking long. But this one he does better. Like, the story's
Metal
better.
Gear Solid 4.
Yeah.
Never played it. And that's when Kojima started going overboard for me.
But, no, he does. This is his first big project, obviously, being let go, Konami. And he delivered, man. It's. I can understand why some people don't like it. I really can. But I mean, if you love Kojima games, if you like Metal Gear Solid 1, like, it's got a really good Metal Gear Solid 1 feel to it. It really does. Like, the boss battles have a super Metal Gear Solid 1 feel to it, man. And kind of like Metal Gear Solid 3. Like, you know, it's the boss battles are kind of fun.
See, here's the thing with Kojima games. Even if I don't really necessarily want to play them, they always look interesting and different. He's making a horror game next, I think. I'm fucking pumped for that, man.
Yeah, well, you got a sneak peek of what was it? PT?
Yeah, PT. I saw PT on my PS4.
So, I mean, you saw what he could do with that, and that was fucking nuts, and it was just a demo. But he can get carried away at times. Like, he definitely is known for that, and just stretching things out maybe a little bit.
He's so deep.
The biggest thing is I wish they would help you with guidance at the end.
Says the man who always asked when you were playing Final Fantasy VI, where do I go, man? Hey, talk to your council. I don't know where to go, man. I just don't.
I don't ever ask you where do I go.
Where's the waypoint at, man? I don't know.
I would just Google something before I asked you where do I go.
Sure, man.
But, like, I ask you for shit like Final Fantasy VII, how do I break the game? I don't ask you where do I go.
Where do I go, man?
But you know how to, like, break the games to where you're just destroying shit in one hit. So, I mean, that's fun in my opinion. You got to put those hours in to earn that, you know. So
yeah.
So it makes it worthwhile. It's not like you just do it and it's done. It's like you put a cheat code in and then you beat it.
So how many monsters do you think you drank throughout Death Stranding?
Oh, man. I don't know. It tells you all the stats at the end.
Oh, you should pay
and I could platinum it. I did a shit ton when I was playing. I spent a lot of time into, like I said, I made this sweet-ass zip line in the mountains. So by the end of it, when I was done, like, I could just to all the places and deliver shit. Like, when you do stuff like that, it's fun. Of course, you can play online and you get this, like, you know, it would pick and choose. I don't know really how that works. Like, what you get to see is that somebody else built. Like, sometimes you see their shit and sometimes you have to build it. I don't know how that really works. I've never looked into it. But, like, there was one road somebody made that I didn't have to do. And then I build roads and, you know, it tells you how many people like it, how many people use it, your roads and stuff like that. So that's pretty sweet. But it's a good game. It's been one of the best games I've played in a while, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, there's good games, and you're like, that's a good game. This is one of those, like, I'm glad I went through. I'm glad I spent time with it. And I might go back and platinum it. Some of it's going to take a little while, but I've already put a lot of work into it, so I might go back and do it. We'll see.
You should finish it off, man.
I'm pretty close. I think I'm at, like, 80-something% already. I don't know. But that's my top 5, man, in 2019.
Oh, are you done? Fuck, you're done about Death Stranding. I was getting bored as fuck, man. I was like, fuck.
Well, let's hear it. Let's see what your top 5 is.
Well, calm down. So, I'm a nerd, so my number 5 favorite game of this year has been Persona Q2, New Cinema Labyrinth.
I heard things
You've heard nothing about that game, man. Don't fucking lie. So, Persona Q is a Persona spin-off series for the 3DS.
When did this come out?
It came out earlier this year.
Okay.
Okay. Basically, you ever heard of Etrian Odyssey?
No.
Etrian Odyssey
is
yes,
I have.
a series where you go through a dungeon. It's a dungeon crawler, and you can make a map as you explore and stuff. Like, I found a resource here. There's an event. There's a locked door. There's a switch. You basically dungeon crawl, and it's Persona, so it has visual novel elements.
Yeah.
It's my number 5 because all the other games I liked are like remakes or remasters, or well, not remakes, but like
remastered,
like HD remasters, and like I wanted to pick like an original game, and it's a good swan song to the 3DS. Amazing music like always in those Persona games, man. Atlas.
Is it pretty like you pump some hours into this game? Is it like one of those Persona games where you could probably put 50, 60 hours in it?
Yeah, it seems that way. It's long. I don't listen to the dialogue in the 3DS game because it doesn't matter. It's a side story. And Persona's known to ramble. It's like Kojima. Yeah. Ramble on and on and on and on. You're like, I just want to get to the next part of this fucking dungeon if I can kill some shit.
Yeah.
That's probably my least favorite part, but I love the Etrian Odyssey games, and the sad thing is, with the death of the 3DS, we'll never get another proper handheld Etrian Odyssey game. Maybe not even another Persona Q, because it all, utilize that touchpad. So it's a nice swan song to that series, like not exactly a love letter, but it's quality game, and it's a nice little send off to the 3DS.
Yeah,
that's a little send off. And it has everybody from all the Persona games, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's
everybody.
Cool.
You can get anybody in your party. Even
that's pretty crazy.
The female character from Persona 3 Portable.
I mean, it's got a pretty decent character list, right?
Oh yeah, dude. There's tons of characters, tons of personas. It's good. I like.
You can make your dream team and shit.
Yeah, I like the Etrian Odyssey games more. You can pick your own classes and stuff.
Yeah,
and then you put genders and between different portrait arts and shit, and it's cool. I like that one more, but I still like the mapping functions, and it's so interesting when I play these games, and it's so fun. And even if it doesn't have the cool intricacies of the Etrian Odyssey game, it's still really nice. So number 4, Joe. Can't believe this isn't on your list, man, because I thought you loved this series. Motherfucking Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah, I know. I haven't played it. I mean, to be honest, that's it.
I fucking hated Devil May Cry 4. I didn't care for it. Didn't care for what they did to it or anything, so I passed. And then DMC came out, and I was like, geez. Remember DMC?
Yeah.
The reboot?
I didn't play 4.
You did play 4.
Did I play 4? I don't remember. It's been
has Nero. Nero's in this game. But he's
yeah. Okay.
A little more tolerable. You get 3 different characters.
I remember. I think 3 was the last good one from what I remember.
Oh, I love 3.
3 was good.
Be honest, there's only one. Well, now 2 really, really good. Okay. Like Devil May Cry 3 is the gold standard. There's 1.
Yeah, one's good.
But one's very simple though.
Was 5 good though?
5 was good. I love.
Should I have gotten it on Black Friday?
You should have gotten it on Black Friday. It is a good game, amazing combat. I mean, it's fucking Devil May Cry.
Yeah, the combats are always fun in those games.
I mean, Dante wears a fucking cowboy hat, and that's one of his weapons.
Yeah,
it's fucking sick, and you get all this sweet metal music. Yeah, man, but it's still refreshing after all these years to hop back into a game. I'm pretty sure if I was playing Devil May Cry 4 or DMC or even Devil May Cry 2, I still have a little bit of fun because it's fun fucking up enemies all the time like that. But yeah, you made a mistake.
I can always pick it up. It'll be on sale again. The thing with Devil May Cry to me is I really attach them to the PS2 because I remember playing those early on in the PS2 days.
Yeah.
And they was just fucking fun. The first one I thought was a badass game.
Did you know that first Devil May Cry was a concept for Resident Evil 4?
Oh, really?
Did you know?
Well, the kind of the buy-in system with the weapons and stuff like that.
No, there's an early concept
for Resident Evil 4.
For Resident Evil 4, it was a Resident Evil 4 game, and it got reworked. I'm not sure to what extent,
Yeah.
But yes, that is a known fact. Number 3. Not long been waiting for this game, man.
What is it?
Shenmue 3.
Shenmue 3.
The best part about Shenmue 3
was it cheap?
Not that it's cheap. Is that it plays just like a Dreamcast game, and that's going to piss
I heard
a lot of
people
off.
Complaining about it.
That's going to piss a lot of people off.
A lot of people were like, "Oh, I'm just playing the Dreamcast."
Are bitching about the graphics, and I think they look pretty damn good. But like,
that's
they're
what I heard
plasticky. They're plasticky. Like, what do? Is you just walk around and talk to people in this game? The controls suck. I'm like, what the fuck?
Here's the complaints I saw were, "Oh, this one sucks so bad, and it's going to do shitty that we're never going to get 4." You know, that's why people were complaining. We're like, "Oh, fuck, this fucked up our chances to get 4."
It's had mixed critical reception. Reception. There you go. Fuck, mixed critical reception, and the people. It's Shenmue. People who love are gonna love it. People who hate it are gonna hate it. And I replayed Shenmue 1 a couple months ago when the remasters came out, and that game fucking sucks. Like, it's not a good game. Like, I enjoyed 2 a lot more, but I think 3 is gonna be my favorite one. Just because I think it's fun, man. Like, walking through the Chinese countryside and, like, you know, betting shit and fucking learning karate moves. It's just amazing, man.
I mean, to me, if it had a feel of a Dreamcast game, I would enjoy that.
I mean, it is a Dreamcast game that was
that's what I'm saying. But if it keeps that feel of it, I think that's badass in my opinion. I wouldn't bitch about that. That's just me. Because you're playing it on a better controller.
I always have a love-hate relationship for Shenmue because in sort of a sense it killed Sega as a company. Sega. Like, it's one of the reasons that Sega went under. Yeah. Do you know who owns Atlas? Sega. They bought it in my house. Okay, whatever. But yeah, so it always has, like, just back in my mind, like, this is a game that fucking destroyed this company.
So you can't fully love it?
Well, I love it. And I love the shittiness of all of them. And I'm pretty sure when I replay this game in like 10 years, I'm like, this game plays like
it's like the
ass.
It's like your ex-girlfriend that you know you keep in the back of your mind. She's your ex, but the sex was good. You know, it's a good game.
I guess, man. I'm fucking friendless virgin, dude. What are you talking about? I want to get out of the house to talk to you.
That's not true. He slays the ladies. But, yeah, I guess it's been mixed. I mean, like I said, I haven't looked into it a lot. I saw a lot of comments like that, though. I don't know why. But
I mean, like I said, Shenmue is a very divisive
But, I mean, at least
series.
it was like, hey, the game just come out, and it was like $30. Right? I mean, was it 40?
It was 40, I think.
40? I know it's cheaper than 60, which is pretty nice. They had like still case copies and stuff like that.
People are going to hate on this game who haven't played it are probably the ones that heard about like the Epic Game Store controversy and shit, which is a shitty thing that happened. Don't get me wrong, but I enjoy it. And if it ever goes on sale and you never play a Shenmue game, I recommend it. Like, you can see what it's about. You get like a movie you can watch to figure out all the story and shit. Try it out if I get it for like $15.
Yeah.
My number 2. Guess what game came out last year and I was pretty hyped for and ended up sucking ass. It's a game series I love. Fallout 76. Now, look, there hasn't been a good Fallout game since New Vegas.
But now there has.
And before that, there probably hasn't been a good Fallout game since like 1 and 2. Because 3's alright. I really enjoyed playing 3 for the first time at New Vegas. It was fucking amazing. And this next game
is up there with them, huh?
Is up there with it. It's probably not as good as Fallout New Vegas, but the Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
Amazing game.
Outer Worlds is a lot of positivity about Outer Worlds.
When I got it home, I think I sat there and I played it for like 10 hours. I just love exploring and the dialogue and shit. Obsidian is a great company, and fuck, they got bought by Microsoft, so Xbox owners should be happy as shit to have this company making games for them. You know Obsidian Joe from South Park, Stick of Truth.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're basically it's Fallout in space.
Making choices.
There's some pretty cool choices. Most of the time, I solved stuff with my dialogue, and I didn't have to fight that many people. I just taught my way out of it. It was pretty cool. And that's why it reminds me of New Vegas. In New Vegas, I'd make a charismatic, like, gunslinger type, like, rogue character who sneak around and shit.
Naturally.
And in Outer Worlds, I was able to role play. Unfortunately, the stat point system and skill point system wasn't as good as it should have been.
Yeah.
But the overall experience was very, very nice. And the problem I keep hearing people complain about this game is it's short. And I don't know if they sped through this game or not, but
I've heard it's short.
I spent 25 hours on this game, and I'm still missing some side quests for my companions.
Yeah. So it could be easily a 40-hour game.
It could be 30. I'd say 30. Because like I said,
a lot of people, and I think that's why a lot of people bitch about Death Stranding, is they just want to get the point A to B now and be done.
People bitch
give me a gun.
People bitch about Death Stranding because it was boring. Unlike my number one pick, motherfucker, my number one game 2019 is a remake.
Kingdom Hearts. I'm just kidding.
Kingdom Hearts isn't a remake.
I know.
It's motherfucking Resident Evil 2.
Put it at number one.
Put it number one.
I thought Outer Worlds was going to be your number one.
Oh, no, dude.
I really did.
RE2 Remake is just oozing with atmosphere.
Yeah.
And everything about it is... Every little detail feels so... Like... Mwah.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm talking about, man?
It's fun.
Now, there is stuff missing in Remake that... from the original game. Don't get me wrong. The different, like, the zapping system is gone.
Yeah.
So the second run feels kind of There's no giant spiders. Some of the enemy types are missing. I don't give a fuck, because this is probably the best horror game I've played probably since like Silent Hill 2. It's just amazing, man. Especially the first run through it. Now, I will admit it gets to a point where I started speedrunning this game and I just knew everything was, and like, oh no, Mr. X is coming, fuck it. I'm not even going to worry about him. I can just run past him. I got to that point where, like, once you got getting taken out of the immersion for a couple games, I know it feels like work and stuff.
Yeah.
You ever play like a scary game and you get like you play a scary game, you learn all the scares, and then whatever.
Yeah.
You did a Resident Evil 7 platinum, right?
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't platinum it.
Okay.
I mean, it's one of those I could go back and do, But do you go by, like, do you make sure you shoot all the raccoons and stuff on your playthroughs?
Oh yeah, I got them all on my.
See, that's where I always slack. Like, I'm always like, and then I got to go back instead of like making sure that I shoot them all and shit like that.
Well, I mean, I've not platinumed RE2 yet.
Yeah.
I think I have to do my hardcore.
Yeah, I was looking at the trophy list, and it was a lower percentage than I was expecting for platinum percentage on that game.
Well, people don't like to speed run their games really, or play on hardcore.
Yeah,
because they're pussies.
Well, hardcore is probably pretty fucking hard on that, man. I mean, you've watched enough videos on them, you probably know like more like what to do in certain scenarios. But your average person just picking up the sticks and is like, I'm gonna put it on hardcore. Like it's kind of hard.
I played through it once. Well, for each character, like a first run and the second run, and then I watched like Carcinogen play and a bunch of other people that would speedrun games.
Yeah.
I watched them speedrun it and shit, so I learned all the strats. So I became.
It's just fun. Like, shit, do I have enough
I'll see,
herbs to survive this
game's
shit?
done quick, 2020, motherfuckers.
How to like make your ammo last and stuff like that, man. It's fun, man.
You let keep your ammo high stock because you don't shoot anything. You run past them like a pro.
Yeah, I mean that's how you speedrun it, I guess. But.
Yeah, I think Resident Evil 2 is like the first survival horror game I ever played that I loved, and it scared the shit out of me as a kid. And there's moments here where it scared the shit out of me. And I think Capcom gave a shit. It's starting to give a shit.
Yeah.
About their games again, and it's amazing. You had Devil May Cry 5, you had this game, you had Mega Man, what was it, 11? Mega Man 11, you had Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
They're making some fantastic games. So where the fuck is my Breath of Fire fucking 5 or 6 or 7, whatever you want to fucking call it? Where's my new Breath of Fire game, Capcom?
That is a good question. Breath of Fire was
that's one of your flagship series.
Breath of Fire
there.
was not a weak series, you know. Like,
no, it wasn't. It was one of the flagships.
So I don't understand like why it went away, but
like
I mean, and like if Star Ocean can continue for this long, then there's no reason why Breath of Fire couldn't continue for this long, man.
That they released Breath of Fire 6. Breath of Fire 6. They released it on mobile.
Yeah.
What would you do that for, Capcom?
Why would you call it 6? Like, you can release something from mobile, but don't label it a 6. Like, don't do that. That's where you fuck up, man.
But yeah, to wrap it up, Resident Evil Remake 2 remake. Not Resident Evil Remake.
I was surprised you put it at 1, but I'm not surprised at the same time.
It's deservedly at number 1, and I think everybody should play it and give it a shot. And you'll be scared if you've never played a Resident Evil game before. You might get pissed off like Chase did. Chase
did he ever finish
Rage. He only ran it for a couple days.
Oh. Chase Rage.
Chase Rages.
Well, that was probably his first Resident Evil game. No, he played 7.
He played 7.
Well, 7's easier than 2.
Nah, both of them are pretty easy, man.
Well, I mean, 2 you have to, like, there's more stuff to do, I feel like, in 2.
No, there's not.
I think there is. Like, just going and, I mean, not even the pub, like the key password and stuff like that. I mean, I guess you can always just Google all that shit.
Yeah, I guess.
But, I mean, there was a time where you couldn't, so. But, yeah, man, good list. Let's move on to the most disappointed games of the year.
Biggest letdowns. Disappointed.
Yeah.
Crying.
Just like those Christmas socks you're going to get when you really thought it was going to be video games.
As always.
Biggest letdown.
Thanks, Grandma.
All right, man, that brings us to most disappointing games of 2019. Some were pretty disappointing. I mean, every year there's games that are disappointing, though, right? Like, it happens. It's just part of the video game world.
And these aren't necessarily horrible games and or bad games.
Some of these are on here for a reason. Like, the games themselves aren't maybe that bad, but they didn't meet my expectations.
These are ones that just let us down.
Yeah. They're not necessarily, well...
Some of them are bad games. But
some of them are like...
Wrong,
some of these are like, it was $5 on Black Friday for a reason kind of games.
Yeah.
But, okay, so my number 5 is Sword and Shield from Pokemon, right? Not a bad game.
Not a bad game,
but not what a fucking system game should be. Like,
not the Pokemon game it should be.
Not the game it should be. And I think everybody I've talked to has agreed with this. And I know people who put hours into this game and just like they didn't deliver in places where like the legendaries and the story is pretty bad. You get your badges.
Bring back the national debts. You're a fucking Pokemon company.
Yeah.
There should be every Pokemon should be in this game.
I think like the new Pokemon fall short. You know, like they really need to pump some money into a creative team if they're going to make it like this many new Pokemon. I mean, the giant Pokemon thing, I didn't give a shit about.
We're probably gonna get a Gen 4 remake in like 2 years or so.
Yeah,
so,
but they hopefully. It's really, and I mean, you can call it a 3DS game. It's not a 3DS game. It's a notch up from a 3DS game, but it's right there.
Can't be as bad as Sun and Moon though.
Sun and Moon was horrible, man. It's not as bad as Sun and Moon. So I think that's what saved it a lot. Is it was like it's not as bad as Sun and Moon.
It's not a bad game. It's just not a bad fucking
game.
Letdown.
It's just a letdown. Everything fell short on it. It's just a letdown, man.
Yeah.
Which brings me. Kind of the same reason to my number 4. There's people that play it, man. Shonen Jump Force.
Who plays Shonen Jump Force?
Well, so I mean, it's a crossover fighting game. If you like anime with a shit ton of characters from your Dragon Ball.
You're just excited about this because fucking
Bleach. Like it brings a lot of shit, man. But the same problems you get with Smash is the people you want are always there.
And the gameplay sucks, and
it's the game. Yeah, and it's inconsistency.
It's not good.
Power moves are good, but it hasn't held up. You know, this came out in February, which I had to remember that.
And nobody's talking about it.
And nobody's talking about it here at the end of the year, and it was pretty cheap on Black Friday. I'm pretty sure. And if you're not talking about it at the end of the year for a game that has like the potential for sweet ass DLC characters, then yeah, like fucking Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I mean.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw Yuki.
I mean, this game should have had a shit ton of potential, and it should have had a backing because there's a lot of fucking anime people out there. Maybe they just don't play fighting games. I don't know. Maybe it should have been an adventure game. Maybe it should have been just a badass, sweet ass adventure game.
Maybe it should have been a good game.
Maybe it should have been a good game.
Maybe
But that's number 4.
Been a good game.
Number 3, my issues with it. So Ghost Recon, the new one.
Okay.
I was really wanting it to be my birthday game because it came out the day after my birthday, man. And I was like, I gotta have a birthday game, and I was really leaning on this because I wanted. You know,
I get FF7 remake. You get Ghost Recon.
Yeah, fuck you. I mean, this game was like $30 2 weeks after being out. I think that really says pretty much everything about this game. It just fell off the face of the earth pretty quick. Yeah, it just sucked.
What game was it again?
Ghost Recon.
Oh, I forgot about it already.
Yeah,
It came out in October.
By the time this video's out, it'll probably be $20. Let's just move on to number 2. I think this will be on your list.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah,
3.
disappointment.
Fucking sucked. Let's be honest.
It didn't suck.
It's not. I didn't finish it. I mean, I ended up being bored with it, and I wanted to trade it where I could get decent credit value on it, so I got rid of it. Which is a good move because you can get it pretty cheap now.
Well, the DLC comes out in January.
Let's be honest. The main reason why I bought this was the Toy Story world. That was like the number one reason why I wanted to play this.
I'll get into reasons why it let me down when I get to my list.
But I mean, the dialogue fucking sucks in this game.
Oh,
Please
it always
tell me I'm
sucks.
not the one.
No,
I do nothing but I will say the combat in Kingdom Hearts games is where it shines.
Look,
the combat system shines in these games.
I've been telling you this forever. Like, I enjoy Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2.
Kingdom
Hearts 3 is a letdown.
I loved 1.
But look, you play a Kingdom Hearts game, anything that doesn't have Disney characters in it, set in a Disney World or Final Fantasy. Well, you can get Final Fantasy characters. Kingdom Hearts 3 is best played if you just ignore the overarching story and just, it's Sora and Donald and Goofy going to Disney World.
Yeah, it's boring. I mean, let's be honest, that's what it is.
And why the fuck is Pirates of the Caribbean a fucking world again? Who gives a shit?
They
really
think people do, man.
Toy
Story was sweet though. Like getting into the robot things, that was cool. I wish it would have been bigger, more to it, but that's because I wanted that to be like the best level, and they give it to you right away.
Yeah.
I would have made people work for that shit because I mean that had to be the most anticipating world, right? I mean,
Frozen.
Like Frozen. Tangled was okay. Was that the second one? Tangled.
Yeah, Tangled. I like Tangled. Tangled's my favorite.
Tangled was actually like the story to it that went with it was actually kind of fun.
I'll get into my issues.
Yeah, but that was on my number 1. Was a pretty fucking horrible game that like bombed. Like this has to be the biggest bomb of the year for most people.
What game is that?
Anthem, man. Anthem bombed bad.
Anthem bombed?
Anthem bombed bad.
Who would have thought Anthem would bomb?
I was hoping it would be that next game that I can get into and play.
You thought it was going to be a Destiny game.
I thought it was going to be a better Destiny game.
Well, Destiny already sucked, and
Destiny
this sucked
bombed, and this bombed. And they're just both fucking bombing. Like, this game was literally $5 on Black Friday at GameStop. You could buy this game for $5 fucking.
Take BioWare's.
And you know what? When I went to GameStop, I had to go there to get Diablo. There was a shit ton of copies of Anthem, so nobody was even buying this game for $5.
Well, yeah.
But I couldn't find the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh game on the Switch. But you could buy shit ton of Anthems.
Anthems
for
dead.
$5. I mean, $5 is like a stocking stuffer. Like,
EA should.
It's down. They should just cut it.
EA should cut their losses.
They shouldn't waste any more money on it.
BioWare is a shell of its former self.
Anthem had potential though. That's why it bombed. Like it had potential.
It didn't have any potential. You'd never play Mass Effect or Andromeda, man. You feel
like Iron Man playing. Like they did a good job, like with the movements in the game. And the combat system's not that bad. It's very...
Well, you're going to be Iron Man next year when the Avengers comes out. Yeah. You can be Iron Man when we play a co-op. Right?
But everything else fell so fucking bad. Like, the graphics really fell. The gameplay fell. Well, the gameplay didn't fall, but the story fucking fell pretty bad. And like,
you mean you didn't like the story of Anthem?
Yeah. It was bad, man. I to be honest with you, I don't even remember. I blocked it out of my memory. It was so bad.
Something robot.
The only reason why I beat it was pretty short, and just because
it's short. Oh yeah, I heard it.
I paid for it.
I've been hearing people.
Luckily,
I remember that game came out, people were bitching, and people are still bitching about that game.
Luckily, I bought it with an Amazon gift card, so I at least bought it with a gift card.
Okay.
Now I wish I would have saved that gift card to put towards better things. But yeah, man, that's my number one. It was a horrible game. Yeah.
You should feel ashamed for spending $60 on it.
I should. That game.
I tried warning you, man. I was like, dude, you're not gonna like this. You're not gonna like this, Joe. You're like, oh, Anthem, it's fun. It's fun for me. I love this game. You know, I was like, dude, I don't think you're gonna like it, man.
Well, you know, so I buy mostly games for the PlayStation, especially when I have the option to. You know, and this was the one I was like, okay, this is gonna be my Xbox game because I don't really put a lot on the Xbox and play a lot of it. Let's be honest.
Well, who gives a fuck about Xbox?
But so I try to give some love to my Xbox. I thought that was gonna be the one that I'd give the love to, man. And no, it just sucked. It just sucked. That's my top 5.
That's your top 5.
Most
disappointing. That's sad.
That's a pretty solid list of sad games.
Are you ready to get sadder?
Yeah, let's get more depressed.
Stay tuned. Welcome back.
We're back.
Did you like our commercial break? Are you ready to get sadder?
Yeah, I'm ready to be more depressed. We listen to some depressing music. And, yeah, dim the lights and be depressed.
Well, here's my 5 letdowns. I got them written down on my handy dandy notebook. My number 5. Something I was pretty pumped for when it was announced, but they kind of fucked it up. Again, it's not horrible, but I was so disappointed in Grandia HD Collection. Just damn. It came out for the Switch and the PC.
Yeah.
Why didn't it come out for the PS4? I don't know. I guess they don't want my money.
I can get it. I see
all the time. The thing is, this is one game I didn't play, but it is the one game that I'm like, what the fuck did they do to this thing? Like, I guess Grandia 2, I haven't heard too many issues, but Grandia 1, I heard they destroyed.
Yeah.
And I hold that game very close to my heart, and if they brought it to the PS4, I'd still probably buy it for $30. So
maybe one day.
Oh, I'd buy it for $30. It'll probably come out. They need to make some more money off that.
Fix their losses.
Yeah, fix their losses.
Yeah.
Number 4, you liked Until Dawn, right?
Yeah.
So, did you know that company came out with a new game?
No.
My number 4 is Dark Pictures Presents Man of Medan.
And it was that bad, huh? Was it that bad or was it that disappointing?
Disappointing, man. Yeah. Like,
didn't have the same feel to it.
Well, it had the same awesome, like, I thought the game looked great. Like, visually, and that company always seems to have real good games, like, looking-wise, and
yeah.
I enjoy adventure games a lot. This one, the story didn't do anything for me, man. But this is like an anthology game. So, the next one looks pretty cool.
Yeah, there's always a plus, huh?
So, I guess I'll try out the next one, but the only good part about this one was Iceman from X-Men was in it.
Oh, and really?
You could have him take the boat and leave everybody on the boat. It's pretty fun. And the ending's kind of cool, I guess. If you get the everybody dies ending.
It just fell short.
It fell short, especially after Until Dawn.
Yeah.
I guess it is shorter.
Yeah.
That could be an issue with it. I mean, but yeah.
You also know it could be better.
Could have been better.
Yeah.
Just because there's a twist in the game, kind of like, Until Dawn. Like first you thought it was just a slasher. Oh no, it's this. Oh no, it's this. Kind of like that a little bit. But the twist isn't as good.
Yeah.
My number 3. We already talked about this. Kingdom Hearts 3. Ironic 3-3.
Yeah, 3-3.
So my issues with Kingdom Hearts is it just felt kind of like half a game almost. It feels like stuff was missing to me. I think the DLC coming out in January is going to help it a little bit, but I don't think it's going to. I'm not going to replay it again or anything.
Do you think enough people have lost interest by now that they're not going to give a shit?
I think the hardcore fan Kingdom Hearts players are going to enjoy.
Yeah,
this.
But the diehard fans of Kingdom Hearts have been through a lot because there's like
people waited forever
2.5, 2.2, 2.1. Like I just don't understand all the like. I'm sure there's somebody who's made the video of the Kingdom Hearts storyline.
Yeah, what the fuck, Nomura?
But good gosh,
the fuck, Nomura. But it made me think. Like, I didn't enjoy most of the worlds. Like that Frozen world was pretty terrible. Like I said when Joe was talking about it, why the fuck make a Pirates of the Caribbean world again?
Yeah.
Big Hero 6 was a letdown. They didn't do anything with that. It just felt
I didn't make it that far,
sandbox.
but that should have been one of the best levels, right?
no Final Fantasy characters whatsoever. Like, I was really hoping to have a battle. Like, you don't have to introduce Final Fantasy characters. You don't have to bring them if you don't want. Sephiroth boss battle is a staple of that series, especially the main line, 1 and 2. Like, that was always a highlight, is getting fucked up by Sephiroth and fucking Sephiroth up. They didn't even have that, which is disappointing, man. They make a mention of Oron once. I don't know if you caught that in Hercules World. Once, like one little off thing, like nothing, no Cloud, no Squall, no Yuffie, no Aerith. Now the DLC is going to bring them back, but that was fucking sad, man. Combat was good as ever, but everything sucked. Yeah. Well, it didn't suck. It was a let. It didn't suck. It was a letdown. Kind of sucked, I guess.
Kind of sucked.
Now, this game, my number 2, is not a bad game. I think it's an awesome game. The problem is not what I kickstarted. It's not what I kickstarted. It's not what I've been hyped for the past, 2.5 years. And that is Indivisible. Now, again, I want to make it clear. Indivisible is a great game. It is a great Metroidvania. It is a terrible RPG. Yeah. Now, when I donated money for this thing, just like Friday the 13th, when I donated money to this game, I thought it was going to be, because they were hyping it up like, oh, Valkyrie Profile meets Metroidvania. I was like, fuck yes, give me. And while the battle system resembles that and works similarly, they stripped away every actual RPG mechanic in favor of, you don't have, a menu, you don't have items, which items are a big deal. What? You don't have equipment. You level up your characters, and the leveling up doesn't make sense. You collect these, gems, and that increases, your power and your defense. Yeah. There are just no RPG elements, and I was so disappointed because the Metroidvania sections don't work amazingly well, but the graphics and I think the story are really good. The graphics especially are all hand-drawn. Shit, this game needs a patch. It needs a patch bad. It needs a patch to patch in some fucking RPG elements
Give us
this
patch,
RPG.
Yeah.
There are characters, Joe, that are unfinished. There's unfinished characters in this. This game has been in development
So is it
forever.
They just ran out of money?
They didn't run out of money. They need
or did they have to just fucking force to rush it to make some money?
No. I think that it is all in their best intentions. This comes from people who did Skullgirls, not fighting game that looks really cool. The whole hand-drawn art and shit. You're not a big fighting game guy, so you wouldn't really know what I'm talking about. But the animation is amazing.
Yeah.
But I want RPG elements, and if Lab Zero Games can release a patch that includes at least a more understandable level up system with actual stat increases, it's something that makes battles worthwhile, because right now you get nothing except for a little bit of experience towards your characters.
Yeah.
So just a letdown, just a huge letdown. But I mean, I'm not sad that I spent the money on it. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
It's like when your kid fucking shits in the tub.
Yeah.
You're not mad at him. You're disappointed. Why is my kid shitting in the tub? Now, my number 1 game is a mixture of disappointment, because this is also a crowd-funded RPG game.
Did you donate to this one?
I did not donate to this one, but I kept up with it for a while, and then it disappeared, and it came back. And that is Y2K, a postmodern RPG. Y, 2 I's, K, so Yik. So people mispronounce it as all the time. Yik. But it's Y2K. And, man, this game has fucking issues, dude. I don't understand what the fuck's going on half the time. So, the problem...
not fun to play.
The problem with this game... So, if you take, the timed actions of, Super Mario RPG or the Mario and Luigi series, or even, South Park Stick of Truth, imagine that. Imagine battles on a fucking snail's pace. Imagine, for every time an enemy attacks, you have to do a little gauge mini game.
Yeah.
Imagine if an enemy hits all your characters at once. How many times do you think that might play? You think they do like one time for each character or 4 times for every character?
I'll assume 1 time.
4 times for every character. So you have to sit there playing the same mini game.
Really?
Stats don't make a lick of fucking sense half the time. You level up.
It's just a very confusing game.
It's not confusing. It's not confusing. It's just, it's like this another, what the fuck were they doing when they like programmed it?
Well,
like you should never do that. You should never make your battles in an RPG take like 8 minutes for a normal random encounter.
No, that you'll get tired of that shit real quick.
It sucks especially more because I really wanted to enjoy this. I thought it was an interesting idea. It takes place in 1999. You go through like message boards and shit, but man, like the actual characters in this game are some of the worst characters I've ever had to spend time with. So your main character is the worst one of them all, and like if you're playing an RPG, man, your main character sucks ass.
Your main character makes or breaks an RPG.
Yes. I mean, if you don't like your main character, and he's not Titus annoying, you know, he's just a fucking high and mighty asshole. Now, did you ever hear that story of the girl who got stuck? That elevator photo of that girl?
Yeah,
that's a plot point in this game, Joe.
That's weird.
It's not Elsa Lam or whatever the lady's name was. It is a similar occurrence where this girl gets in an elevator and a fucking monster snatches you, and that basically pushes you onto this adventure. And they steal lines from like books. Huh. And it's just so head up his own ass. And the main character is just a fucking piece of shit, man. There's a point in the game where a guy's talking about his dead sister, and the dude goes off and is like, who gives a shit? There's more important stuff going on right now. I'm like, what the fuck's going on, dude? I mean, it tries to be
if you have to hate your main character, that's bad. It's not a good sign.
Now, Joe, you would think leveling up an RPG would be easy. Just fight random encounters you can experience, right?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
It kind of works like this in this game. But you go into your character's mind, right? And you go through these floors, and each floor has like 4 doors on it, and you pick your stats. Yeah. And half the time, the stat increases are fucking like 1s and 3s and 4s. What's the fucking point? And to do this, you have to do this to get your other characters leveled up, but it comes automatically. But imagine having to go lower and lower and lower, bit by fucking door, picking like a +1 stat increase.
That makes any sense.
And the stats are terrible anyway.
Yeah, that's...
So Y2K was...
This is your hugest disappointment.
The biggest disappointment I ever played this year. Yeah. Like, fuck, man.
These lists really feel like...
Because it could have been good.
Yeah.
It could have been good. It has like a persona element at a couple points where like you have like free time a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, fuck. Dude, Y2K.
These lists really feel like the top games are like really disappointing, you know what I mean? Like just the bigger disappointment. I mean, like your 5 and 4 games might not be bad games, but man, your tops are just really disappointing.
Yeah, like I said, Indivisible is not a bad game at all.
Yeah. That sounds like I would never even waste my time on your number one postmodern RPG. Like,
yeah, and nobody should. Nobody should. It's fucking terrible.
Is this a $60 game?
No, it's like a indie game. It's like $20.
Oh well.
Like I said, another crowdfunding.
At least it had that going. At least it was cheaper. But yeah, I wouldn't want to play it.
Yeah, so what we have next, man? Most hype.
Most hype games, man. There's some hype-ass games.
The low lows to the high highs.
To the danger zone. Yeah, like, the hype games are pretty hype.
2020 is going to be a hell of a year, man. I'm so excited.
2020 is going to start off fucking hot, man. It's going to start off fucking hot.
Ouch. Ouch.
So... 2019 is coming to an end, which means we get to fucking hype up for 2020.
Dawn of a new era, motherfuckers.
Which has game after game
after game
coming out.
Every month is going to have a game.
Yeah, February, March, April, stacked.
Stack like a mama.
And then we get the joys of learning about new systems. Hopefully, when we get done with playing the fucking.
And then we get to buy these games over again for another $60,
like a year down the road, and spend another $60 on them. But my top 5, man, 5 for me is Resident Evil 3, especially now playing Resident Evil 2 and getting to see what they did with that. You get to know that Resident Evil 3 is going to be pretty badass too.
Oh, right? It's going to be fucking sick.
It's
going to be fucking sick.
That's pretty, and we get to hear about that relatively soon, right?
Yep, we get to hear about that coming up.
Yeah. So that's my number 5. Don't have a lot to say, but after seeing what they did with 2, I can only imagine that 3 is also going to be just as fucking good as 2 was.
Love and care.
My number 4 is Cyberpunk. That's a lot of people's most hyped one for next year, I'd say. And a big part of it to me is because it's not just like a remake of a game or another part of a series to a game. It's a new game, man. It's going to be like how Death Stranding was last year. You know, it was that new game of last or 2019, still this year. But
CD Projekt Red was slept on for Witcher 1 and 2.
Yeah,
and 3 blew the fuck up, and Cyberpunk's going to be there.
Cyberpunk's going to be good. I think they know, like, if they can capture this right, then they got
Keanu
something.
Reeves.
Yeah. What more can you ask for? But Cyberpunk, yeah. I think 4 is a good spot for it on my list, considering my top 3. But, I mean, that's one that I'm going to put time into and I'm going to play. Unless, this has the potential to be the biggest letdown, but I don't think it will be. Of 2020.
Well, it's not going to be.
It's not going to be. I mean, I haven't seen anything that would make me think that way yet, but I think it's going to be badass.
I think the next game on your list is going to be the biggest letdown for you.
No, it could be. That's Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Just for me personally, I guess fans of the series and fans that actually like. I mean, you guys
have had it rough for video games being Dragon Ball.
It's been a rough, man, and you really have to force yourself to enjoy a fighting story, in a fighting game, just to enjoy a Dragon Ball Z game. And there's a few, like I played the one on the DS, that was fun. It was an RPG, but
now I got an action adventure RPG.
Yeah, and they're putting a lot into it. I mean, there's that like storyline and shit they're adding. I know they're going to do stuff that like the fans will recognize. So, I mean, I'm pretty hyped about this. I honestly could put this at number 2, like, really, and it almost did.
And it's going to be
because this is something I've said my whole life I've said I wanted, so that's also going to be unfair to the game, because I'm going to have high expectations
of the
game. Here's what's going to be, man.
You're going to pay $60 for it, and right before you fight the first boss, it's going to take 2 hours. When you get to the end of it, it's going to be like, please pay $5.99 for this DLC. If you want to experience the fight. No, we won't do that.
But...
I'm excited for this game to be coming out for you because you have not had a good Dragon Ball game in a while.
No. It's going to be awesome. I'm trying to stay positive about it.
I'll give you shit for putting it on your list. But
no, man, I'm pretty hyped about it. And the good thing is it's coming out in January, so it gives me enough time to get to my number 1 game. Hopefully it gives me enough time.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Halo Infinite.
What?
It's going to be the new system launch game.
Is Bungie coming back?
No.
Then who gives a fuck?
Yeah, well, being a fan of the Halo series, as diehard as I have been my whole life, or the lifespan of Halo, I got to put it number 2. I've got hopes.
You didn't care too much for 5, did you?
No, actually, I liked 5 multiplayer. I like 5 multiplayer.
I'm talking about the storyline. Who gives a fuck?
No, the storyline will fucking blew dick on mine,
okay.
Man. Hopefully Infinite gets better.
What are your hopes and dreams for Infinite? Do you think Infinite's going to be like open world? Because that's what it kind of gave the impression of.
There's not a whole lot leaked out on it, man. So that's the problem right now.
That first trailer, the reveal trailer, I thought it kind of felt like.
But I don't want it to be Destiny because Halo was Halo, right? And Halo established its own thing, and then it kind of dipped into Call of Duty feel. I mean, yeah. But
Destiny is Halo
kind of dipped into a Call of Duty feel for a while. And I mean, the multiplayer is still fun. 5 had a really good multiplayer, pretty like actually balanced multiplayer for like if you're playing on a pro circuit. It's just unfortunately people are kind of past the Halo point.
Who gives a shit about Halo?
Like it still has a competitive play, but it's not there anymore. But I mean, mainly a lot because it's a new. But the bad thing is I'm gonna have to buy a new system to play the fucking game. I doubt.
I think it's coming on Xbox.
You think it's gonna be an Xbox One?
I think it's gonna be an Xbox One too. Don't correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know. I really don't. But gosh, if that's gonna be the one bad thing, because I'm not gonna buy the new Xbox system right away, dude. Not when there's like a PS5 leaking in the background. Hell no. But yeah, that's my number 2. Just as a diehard fan of the series, I gotta put it up there. My number 1, pretty obvious, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, you cheated, man! You took my number 1.
No, yeah, that's why. Yeah, well, you took my number 1.
Is that why you went first? How dare you?
Yeah, man, Final Fantasy VII Remake. There's nothing to really say that we haven't said in past videos.
There's plenty to say, man.
It's just one of those games that you actually feel anxious, like you can't wait to fucking play. Like,
I cannot.
Like Resident Evil 3, that's on my top 5, but I'm not like, oh, I can't, like get here tomorrow. Resident Evil, like Final Fantasy VII is like get here tomorrow type game. Like you're ready for it, and I can't fucking wait to explore it, man. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be one of those games that drives you to want to platinum it. I feel like, you know what I mean.
You mean you're not gonna platinum it?
I have every intention of platinum it, unless it's like gotta fucking like do a shit ton of jump ropes or something.
You know, if you really wanted that trophy, you could. You have a computer and you could stream your PS4 to your computer, and you could. That's cheating. Sorry.
Nah, I'm not gonna go through that anyways. Even though I could, I'm not going to. But
I am.
Unless it just has something crazy off the wall like that.
It won't.
And then I'll put a little effort into it and see if I really want to do it or not. But
okay.
No, man, yeah, no, that's my number 1. It's just gonna be. I think it's gonna deliver. I really, because sometimes you have a feeling about a game that it's not gonna deliver. I think this game's gonna fucking like deliver. It's just
it better.
There's still questions, but they'll be answered in time. I mean, March is not that long away. We're in fucking December, man.
We're getting a trailer at Jump Fiesta,
yeah.
And my boy Red 13 better show up, playable, maybe fighting a little bit, a little hair clip in his hair, man. Fucking doing some spins, slashing some fuckers.
It's gonna be sweet, man. That's my top 5 most hype games of 2020. Let's
congrats.
Yeah, man. Let's see what you got to offer.
Okay, ready. So, man, I was getting a little bit bored with your list. I was like yawning and stuff, like Halo and
Halo and Dragon Ball Z.
So we're gonna start my list off with something that's on your list. It's gonna be Cyberpunk 2077.
Cyberpunk, yeah.
Now. This is on my list because Keanu Reeves.
Next.
No, I think this game is going to blow up people's minds, hopefully. And hopefully it works out for CD Projekt Red. They had the backing of a huge company now.
Yeah.
They had backing for Witcher, I'm pretty sure, also. But I think now that Witcher 3 did so well...
Witcher 3 did really well.
They're going to pump some good money into this, and it's going to be amazing. That's not saying that money into a game is going to make anything amazing. Because there's a bunch of examples of that, but from what I've seen in this game, it's going to touch me in all the right places. That's all I have to say about that. Number 4 is a continuation of a long-running series, man.
What's that?
The Tales of series.
The Tales of series.
Now, people are like, what the fuck is the Tales of series? It is a game by Bandai Namco.
Yeah.
Creators of your shitty Dragon Ball games. And this one looks fucking amazing. Like, I'm hoping Joe puts some fucking footage in front of this and some battle footage right here. Hopefully it lines up correctly. It looks fucking sick, man. I love Berseria. I think that was a highlight of the Tales series for me after a disappointment. Tales of Vesperia remaster came out this year, and after seeing the gameplay footage, basically trailer at E3, I am beyond hyped for the new Tales of game.
Yeah.
You should play one.
Well, how far back does it date? I feel like I
Super
have
Nintendo,
one.
man. Super Nintendo. It didn't come out in America until PlayStation, though.
Okay.
So here's another one you stole from me. My number 3 is Resident Evil 3 Nemesis remake.
3.
3.
There you go again.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Threes, man.
Shenmue 3. Yeah, all my 3s are 3s. Okay. So, Resident Evil 2, favorite game of 2019.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew this was coming. I knew they were working on Resident Evil 3, and I knew it was going to come out.
You were just waiting for that confirmation.
Yes. This is why I go to Reset Error for all my gaming information and stuff. Because of that. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think Capcom has risen from the grave and are starting to
care.
Give a shit about their fucking properties and are making good games again. I'm so excited to play this game. I'm so excited for Resident Evil 8. It's going to be a hell of a time having Nemesis bust in when you're walking down like a corridor. I hope it's not all scripted. I hope random stuff happens. They've programmed a lot of that. I just hope they don't change the overall story too much.
Yeah.
I hope they don't give like Carlos a campaign or like a main campaign. Like a side campaign would be cool. But yeah, I think it's going to be mind-blowing. Now, number 2 is another entry into a series you know nothing about. A series that people have been waiting 2 decades for. Can you guess what game that is?
I have no clue.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Vampire is a first-person RPG. The original was set in like Los Angeles and shit. It blew my mind when I first played it, and I only played it like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I was so happy when I saw the trailer for it. Like, fuck, dude. Fuck. It's going to be good. I cannot wait to hop in.
Was the trailer good? I mean,
yes.
Was the trailer...
I cannot wait to hop in that world again. Yes, yeah. I cannot wait to hop in that world again.
Be a vampire?
And fucking suck people's bloods.
You going to be shiny?
Not going to be shiny? No, dude.
Sparkly?
There's going to be... hopefully they bring back... See, in the first game, there's a class of vampires who are fucking stupid. And, like, you get in an argument with, like, a stop sign. When they're stupid, they're, like, psychotic and shit. Yeah. So, like, you can walk up to a stop sign, and the stop sign will talk to you, and you talk back to the stop sign. And, like, your dialogue choices reflect, like, how psychotic you were. Yeah. Like, I hope they do something like that, because it's one of those games, like, Outer Worlds and stuff. Kind of, like, not exactly like that, in the same vein.
Yeah.
Even, like, I guess Cyberpunk and Deus Ex kind of fit in the same mold. I was so surprised when they announced this. I'm pretty hyped. You should be hyped. We should all be hyped for Vampire.
Everybody get hyped.
The Vampire.
I've seen some stuff on it. I mean, I knew it was coming. I don't know much about its past or anything, but I mean, I've looked up.
If you ever see the game for cheap, the first game cheap on Steam, buy it. Download the restoration patch. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Mm-hmm. It'll fix everything that's wrong with it. Play it. You owe it to yourself.
Sounds interesting. I'll definitely look into it.
And my number 1...
I wonder what that could be.
Madden 2021.
I heard they're going to get it right this time.
They're going to get it right this time.
I'm so looking forward to it.
I'm kidding. Fuck that game. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Joe said we've discussed this game to death. I could go on for another 25, 30 minutes talking about this game.
Easily. That's why I stopped myself.
Like, wow, dude. Not even my favorite Final Fantasy. I'm fucking pumped for it.
Yeah, that's how. I mean, 7 was a good Final Fantasy. It's not like it's a bad one. It's probably one of the most well-known Final Fantasy.
It is the most popular.
The most known one. Yeah, definitely the most popular.
So again, the only thing I'm concerned about is no playable Red 13. Every time I see Square post something on Twitter, I'm like, "Where's Red 13? #goodboy." Like I want Red 13 in my party. I want to be playable characters. No reason why he shouldn't, even though he comes near the end of the original Midgar section.
Yeah.
He should be in there. He needs to be in there. He needs to be playable.
Yeah, I hope he is. That can be like the one knock on the game.
Oh, if he's not playable, man, I'll be so disappointed. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 10. 1 out of 5.
Notch it down a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be great either way, I think.
Yeah. It's a lot to look
forward to. There's no way that game is going to be completely shit.
I'm going to be super broke at the beginning of the year next year.
Yeah, thanks a lot, 2020.
Hopefully. Too bad we kind of live in the South. We're not going to get snowed in where we can really enjoy these games all snowed in. But you're taking off work for 5
I'm taking off nearly a week.
I unfortunately won't use my vacation days for it.
You should.
I'm going to be playing the shit out of it from when I can, as soon as I get home from work.
You're going to come here on your lunch break and just going to be sitting here waiting for you.
I can't do that, dude. I do come home from my lunch.
You're going to be like, I'm sorry, guys. I fucking threw up everywhere. I'm fucking sick of shit. I got to take
I might use a day. We'll see. We'll see when I get there. Maybe like that Friday, so I give myself that nice 3-day weekend to play it, man. That's how you do a game right. Or just like you, just take the whole week off. Say fuck work and play
fuck work, play FF.
I don't blame you though. Like it's pretty badass.
Oh, if this is Final Fantasy VI remake, I'd be taking 2 weeks off, man.
Just take the whole month. Probably just quit actually.
Sorry, my child's on the way. I already came. I have to spend 2 weeks to take care of it.
It's a solid list.
Yeah,
pretty acceptable.
Pretty acceptable. Pretty simple.
There you have it, man. The highs.
Took a long time, man.
2019 and what's to come.
The highs and the low lows. And the hype machine that is 2020.
2020 is so fucking hype though. Like especially right out the gates. Bam, 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 bam. Good game, good game, good game, good game.
Now that we're finished with our lists, are any games you want to talk about?
Yeah. So one game that didn't make my list that honestly just because I haven't played it because I'm not rich like all these other YouTubers and I actually have a job I have to go to. Luigi's Mansion, man, I think that's something that you know probably would have knocked off Link's Awakening from my top 5 list. Like, it honestly probably would have, but I couldn't put it there because I haven't played it.
Yeah.
But I mean, from the gameplay I've watched and like the soundtrack with not soundtrack, but the music with the game, the gameplay, and just the design, I think it for sure would have been in my top 5. Outside of that, another one I haven't got to play yet, but I talked a lot to Troy about it, and I've watched people play it sometimes on board at work. The new Star Wars game.
Oh, yeah.
That's something I haven't got to play yet.
That's because it came out like 2 weeks ago.
I mean, between those two, one of those would have knocked Link's Awakening out of my top 5, let's be honest.
It wouldn't knock Persona Q, too.
But that's one. Those are games I'm going to play. I'll probably see if I can't get one for Christmas or something. I don't know. But those are games I'm for sure going to play that, unfortunately, they come at the tail end of the year, and I just haven't got around to it. I mean, I like Death Stranding also came out at these times, and I wanted to devote that time to Death Stranding. There was a lot of games that came out at the end of this year, honestly.
Oh yeah, there was like Outer Worlds came out.
Yeah, so I mean,
Shenmue 3, the third best game.
That's also a little bit to do with it. I haven't had the full time to get to play these games.
Yeah.
But what about you? Any other games you wanted like?
There aren't any like new games, but the remasters and ports this year has been pretty decent. Again, like if I didn't play, if I was including like basic remasters and ports, I'd probably put like Tales of Vesperia as number 5.
Yeah.
Because it is one of my favorite Tales games. But then you also got stuff like Catherine Full Body, which not amazingly puts new scenes in the game. It doesn't work all the time. It kind of feels a little off, but that experience of that game is still a hell of a ride.
Yeah.
I can't really think of any other games this year that really blew my mind. Like, I haven't played Death Stranding. That just doesn't interest me. It's cool that you love it and you suck Kojima's dick, but I just,
Kojima.
It doesn't interest me at all. And I hope Kojima has a horror game under his sleeve, like he said.
Hey, if he has a horror game on his sleeve, that's pretty hype. And that man puts time in his games, man.
He does.
He puts time in his games.
What else am I thinking of? Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Like I said, I wish I had more time to play those two, but fortunately I don't. I mean, you got a shit ton of games to play. You only do so much.
I would love to play Star Wars.
I mean, like I said, unfortunately I don't get to sit at my house all day and play video games 24/7.
Yeah, it sucks being an adult.
Yeah, but yeah, that's really the only other two, man. Outside of that, I think being hyped for the 2020 games, like I think I'm going to play more games next year, more game time next year than I did this year.
God, I hope so, man. You don't play any of the games.
That's not true.
Took it to November to play Resident Evil 2. That game came out fucking January.
No, but I waited on that game intentionally. You knew it was going to be a Black Friday cheap game. I didn't have to rush to it, but I will say it was worth the wait. It was badass.
Should have played it earlier, man.
It's a pretty good game. That's it, man.
That's it. It's over.
That's it.
It's been like 50 minutes.
If you're actually still watching this, make sure to hit the like button.
Hit the like button. Joe put a lot of time into editing all this shit. All the fancy video and the lettering and shit he put down here. He put a lot of time and effort into it, so show him love. Like, subscribe, subscribe,
leave a comment,
lick his butthole, fondle his balls, do whatever.
All the things every guy enjoys.
Send him a copy of Star Wars.
So I can play it.
So you can play Star Wars.
Preferably PS4, but whatever. Beggars can't be choosers. Yeah. Whatever I got to play it on. But no, thanks for watching. Hopefully you're still watching.
Nobody's watching. We haven't put up a video in like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah. It's the end of the year, man. It's a lot of shit going on.
You killed our channel, Joe. You killed Grandma in the channel.
Grandma, are you still with us, Grandma? But that's it. You got anything else, man? Hopefully for the channel, 2020 will be better. Maybe we can figure out some shit and get it going. Maybe a lot more debate videos.
We still got those control freaks if somebody wants them. If somebody,
we got a lot to talk about in 2020.
If somebody's like this in the comments, hey, give me those control freaks, Joe will send it to them, please.
If you live in the United States.
If you live in the United States or Puerto Rico.
But no, if you are actually, what's your top games of the year, or the ones you hated the most, or what are you looking most forward to? Better be Final Fantasy VII, or don't comment.
Yeah, don't comment.
But thanks for watching.
Thank you guys.
Sticking through this video. Remember, you're my #1 subscriber. Yeah, but for real, thanks guys.
Yeah, for real. Get the fuck out of our faces. Thank you.